All right, let's talk about Trey Lance, who had a 5-interception game. Yes, you heard that correctly. He threw 5 interceptions, and I thought it could be an interesting video just to break down the interceptions. That's what we're going to do. We're only going to talk about 5 plays. It will be the 5 interceptions he threw against the Chargers. Some of them weren't his fault, some of them were his fault, and some were kind of a combination. So let's get into it, starting off with the first one. This play is a pretty simple concept. There is going to be, he's going to be in motion towards the top of the screen as you're going to have a receiver. It's essentially a pick play. You're trying to just get a little bit of a window to throw towards the sideline on this 3rd down and 3. Just pick up the 1st down, get yourself a new set of downs, all that good stuff. So, Trey Lance does roll out in that direction. You see right here, there is a window. It's not wide open or anything, but get the ball there quickly, lead your receiver towards the sideline. This should be a 1st down, right? Absolutely. The decision to make this throw is correct from Lance. The issue is going to be the throw. Well, it's not awful. It just is too far behind a receiver, and honestly, a really good defensive play to jump that route and get the interception. Definitely a good play, as a lot of interceptions are good defensive plays. But at the same time, I mean, he missed his spot. This stuff happens, definitely, but yeah, this is, if we're gonna, I guess maybe a way we could structure this video is I will decide if each interception is Trey Lance's fault, kind of Trey Lance's fault, or not his fault. To me, this is definitely this was Trey Lance's fault. This was a bad play by Lance. Interception number 2, what's going to happen here is that this is going to be a man coverage play, and you see the receiver's route on the screen and where he's going to be running, and it's a route that can certainly work against this. Could be a pure one-on-one matchup, as the safety is going to be more over the middle of the field. When this play begins, though, an important thing to note is going to be look at the safety. He is moving over on this side of the field, meaning that for the offense's left, it's just one-on-one matchups across the board. But on the right, it's still 2 one-on-one matchups, but there's another player in the mix you just have to be aware of. However, when Lance looks over, he sees one of the guys wins his one-on-one matchups, fires in that direction. I mean, the guy who I've circled in yellow, like, you see how open he would have been. That would have been a touchdown. Lance just lost where the safety was, which, it happens. It does, but, can't let it happen too often. So, again, this is one of those plays where, is it Lance's fault? Yeah, this is Trey Lance's fault. This is, once again, a bad play. Okay, interception number 3 now, and you might be wondering, wait a second, there's only 4 minutes and 24 seconds left in the game, and this is interception number 3. Are you telling me he threw 3 interceptions in the final 5 minutes of this game? Well, yes, that is what happened. Also worth noting, just the situation. I know it's a game that doesn't matter, but when you're out there, you're trying to win. That's how you're playing it, because coaches want to see how you do in those types of situations. So down a point, would definitely like to win. This play is a 3rd down and 4, and it's man coverage, and you see the route on the screen that could work, this over-the-middle route. But the second you see it's man coverage, you have to be aware of a player potentially covering the middle of the field. That's what's happening here on this play. Of course, you don't know if that's going to happen, but a lot of times it does happen, so it's just something you have to be aware of. Again, it's not just does the guy win his one-on-one matchup, but is there someone else in the area that you have to pay attention to? Well, Lance is going to take the snap. He looks over in that direction. The receiver's winning his one-on-one matchup, right? But the issue is that Chargers player right there has dropped back into coverage, and for Lance, if you make this throw, you have to wait on it. Now, I will say, one of the reasons why these plays sometimes happen, as a viewer, it just seems so blatantly obvious this is a throw that Lance shouldn't make. But if you actually look at the pathway for Lance to the receiver, there are some offensive and defensive linemen in the way. So the vision he has just isn't as good as, we get a better angle of this play than Trey Lance does right now. It's very possible he literally just didn't see a player drop back into coverage because his vision was blocked. That being said, still something you have to be aware of. Throws it right to 57, who returns it for a touchdown, so give him some credit. Again, this is a bad play by Trey Lance. So out of the first 3 interceptions, these are all I am putting on him and saying these were mistakes. This wasn't a bad break. This wasn't a teammate screwing up. These were bad plays by Lance. So that brings us here. So the Chargers, they got their touchdown to try and, ice the game. They actually went for 2 to really try and, put the dagger in. The Cowboys did not convert, meaning that they're still just up 7 points, though. So, hey, The good news for the Cowboys when giving a pick six up is you're only down one. You have another chance. And so what are they going to do? Well, you got another 3rd down and 4. The Chargers are in man coverage right here, and you see the route on the screen. That's where Lance is going to look towards. However, when this play begins, you're going to see kind of a creative pressure here by the Chargers. Lance is running around, running for his life, basically, has multiple defensive linemen about to take his head off. Well, what is he going to do? Well, I mentioned that route earlier. There's a one-on-one matchup past the 1st down marker. It's 3rd and 4. Lance is going to decide this is the time to take a chance. So that's what he does, throws off balance and gets the ball there too. You see how it's essentially, a 500 type situation of just throw it up and hope that your guy is the one who comes down with it. Unfortunately here, though, the defender kind of rips it out of his arms and is able to turn that into an interception. To me, this is fully in the not Trey Lance's fault category. It's a good decision, I think. It was a fine throw. Defender made a good play. It was a time when you have to take a chance. Just given game situation, sure, you would have liked to have a 4th down and 4 situation. That's far from a death sentence, but it's a total okay time to take that chance, and he got really unlucky with the good defensive play. So for me, I'm not going to put that against him whatsoever. However, this is just interception number 4. Let's now go to interception number 5. What's going to happen here? You might be wondering, okay, wait a second. 7 seconds left, no timeouts. Okay, what? He throws a Hail Mary and then it gets intercepted. Very small chance that this is going to be a bad play by Lance, right? Well, let's talk about it. It's a zone coverage play, and you see the route that Lance is going to look towards. To get a completion, it's probably going to have to be really well timed, and he's probably going to have to be really accurate on this as well. But there could be a bubble in this, zone coverage, kind of right in the middle of the field. That's where the Cowboys are going to look towards. Watch how when Lance takes the snap, he is going to look in that direction, and again, yeah, you can kind of see why he's looking there as the player coming over the middle of the field has kind of moved in a little bit, throw it over the top of him. There definitely is a window. However, this throw is just off. That could have been a touchdown. It really could have. They could have somehow found a way to, I guess they probably would have gone for 2 and try to win the game because, why play for a tie, right, in the preseason? But they probably would have had a chance with a perfect throw. The only thing I'm going to factor in here is I do wonder if Lance was expecting the receiver to stay deep, and straighten out the route instead of kind of going more over the middle of the field, which could have happened. There could have been a communication breakdown there. It's impossible to say. I'm not in the huddle. I'm going to put this as a blame on Trey Lance, though, because to be honest, I like the receiver flattening out that route a little bit. I think that was a good decision. So whether that's, again, maybe that's not how the Cowboys coach it, and then it would be wrong. But so I have to throw the asterisks in. But to me, yeah, I would say most of these interceptions were Trey Lance's fault. Certainly it wasn't a horrible day outside of the 5 interceptions, I guess. But obviously, when you have to say other than the 5 interceptions, it's usually a bad day. So yeah, I don't think Trey Lance is going to be challenging for Dak Prescott's starting job this season or anything like that. But those are my thoughts on his interceptions of the game. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.